don't know, it's been probably 2 months. We were talking to this group HearHere, and we really kind of tested the app out on that Kingman trip, the Route 66, and I was pretty darn impressed with the storytelling. We'll hear from Aren, who's going to join us here in a few minutes, but I'm excited to hear how they kind of came up with this idea. We're actually going to give away 5 of these apps tonight. So we'll have to figure that out as we go along as well.
Yep.
But we're excited to really work together with them because, we do history. And
we are storytellers. And let me just get this straight so you know what it is. It's here with your ears. Here. That's the app. That's the name of it.
So I was actually watching a quick video before this, and I'm sure Aren will kind of go over it. But initially, I thought it was just kind of an app that you had to open while you're riding this and that. But if you have it open to your GPS, it's just like a text. You'll get a notification. There's a story here.
Yep.
Here. And then you can listen to it, yada, yada. But I'm definitely stoked to hear about it.
Before we get into it real quick, everyone out there that's watching, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends. We love subscribers and we love your friends joining our family.
Tell your grandma.
We need
friends.
Yep.
So
let's jump him in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only, probably, Aren Craft.
Aren Craft. What's happening?
And it's funny because when he calls you, it shows up as Gerald Craft, which I think is his father.
Right.
Aha. It absolutely is.
So we've kind of know your father a little bit more than you at this point.
I know. I guess so. You guys are all comfortable. I love it.
So where are you at right now? At school?
Yeah, I actually am. So I'm a college student. I'm a senior at Bentley University over in Boston. And I'm about to graduate in about 3 months here.
Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
As the social media manager for HearHere.
How did you come across that gig?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I actually went through my apprenticeship, which is something that I found through LinkedIn and this connection that I had. And so it really kind of worked out because, I have this passion for history. I have this passion for road tripping. It's really something that I've been doing my entire life, So when I interviewed and I talked to Woody, I talked to the founders, it was really kind of this connection at first sight almost. And so I've always had this passion for African-American history too, which is something that we've been incorporating into our app more and more as things go along. So it's been really
well.
great.
Yeah, and that's cool because that's one of the reasons we were attracted to it. I mean, we came across it, we started talking about it, we looked at it, and it's like, we're storytellers. We're very much into history, and we travel America. That's what we do every day, and we love it. And so coming across this was like, what a great little find here. And that's when we reached out to you.
No, actually, perfect. Yeah.
So give us the background on how the app was developed, who's supporting it, and a little bit about HearHere.
Yeah, absolutely. So it really starts with our founders, so starting with Kevin Costner, Woody Sears, and Bill Werlin. So it kind of started with this idea that Woody had, who's this road trip enthusiast, environmentalist kind of a guy. And so his kids actually went to school with Kevin Costner's kids. So
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny coincidence. And so they connected, started talking, picking each other's brains a little bit, and realized that Kevin Costner really was interested in this idea. And so you'll find out that he's someone that really loves storytelling and really telling stories from the beginning, not just telling stories from, the perspective of the American Revolution after that, but even before that, Native American history as well.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty important because unfortunately, we haven't done maybe as good a job about, talking about the Native Americans on our history. We kind of look up Wikipedia. We try to get some history there, and it's typically with the early settlers and not necessarily, some of the people that have been here longer than the early settlers. So it's good that that's part of that genre because we're going to actually try to do a bit more of that ourselves.
And we spent a lot of time in Navajo Nation, and a lot of places.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So it started with this idea, this connection, and telling stories from the beginning. and not leaving anything out. You know how history is. It's not just, you can't just sugarcoat things. You can't
Right.
just
Right.
the good stuff. You got to talk about the bad stuff too.
Absolutely.
It's really, really important that we tell things authentically and we tell things correctly. So they've done a really good job of partnering with, historical societies since the very start of the creation of the app, to really tell exactly how history is, So there's this really cool connection. And then Bill Whirling comes in, and he's an ex-executive of Patagonia, North Face. He has this sort of environmentalist tie-in as well, which is really pretty cool. So those three together created this amazing product, this road trip companion. That's really kind of a do-it-all,
That's really interesting. It's interesting to hear. I mean, Galen and I, when we were younger, he with his father and me with what I was doing, we both ran rivers all over the Western United States. So running rivers and going back. And it's interesting that you brought up Patagonia because, hey, it's been around.
It's definitely been around. Yeah. And it's a really good tie-in. It's all very connected, Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
So I don't know if there's, did we have a link or anything we were going to show, or could you just explain a little bit about how the HearHere app works?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, basically the general gist is it's a storytelling app that's designed to tell you the perfect story at the perfect time. So it's a road trip companion, really for people that love to explore, but it tells you stories as you travel. So, say you're traveling along the road, it'll tell you stories in your immediate area. It'll also tell you about upcoming stories. So you don't have to, click on different points along the way. It's a companion. So as you drive, it'll just start narrating, and it'll just start giving you the history. So it's really designed for people that love to explore, and not only for you to, be in your car and hear the history, but for you to hear it and then say, oh, I want to go here, to get out your car and to step out into the history of the environments that you're surrounded in. So that's really the main design of it. And then we have narrations from Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, Chris Brinkley, and a bunch of other really cool names.
Well, the cool thing is while you're looking at your phone or have your phone on listening, the map is showing you where you're going. I mean, your destination, all that stuff is right there.
Right.
So how long did it take to get all these stories recorded? I mean, because this app is across the US, right?
No, it is. It's across the entire US. We're almost at 9,000 stories now.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're expanding every single day and also adding new narrators all the time. So it's just going to continue to keep building. This is really just kind of the beginning for us. And so it started about 3 years ago.
Well, we'd love to narrate one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. You guys definitely have the voice for it.
well, our moniker is Shaking Hands with America.
I love it.
And, we wanted to inspire people to get out and see the open road. And it's kind of made a turn. And we're getting so much feedback and people messaging us and things about their lives that it's inspired us even more, because you meet such great people in this diverse country, and we're having fun doing it. And we have friends from coast to coast now and love it.
No, that's so cool. I mean, isn't that the beauty of traveling, the people that you meet.
And I think by the growth we've had, we get questions almost daily, if not weekly, about where's the next trip. Hey, can you help us plan something?
Yeah.
We did Route 66 in its entirety a year ago, and we used an app called Route 66, and it really helped us. We referred that app on to many people.
Yeah.
Awesome. But they see us out traveling. And so that's why this is more of a natural fit for us, because it is more of a travel, channel, if you will, right. That has the eats and the stays and the history, and people trust, what we're saying there, as well as the equipment we run. So, it's going to be great to be able to refer people to this as well.
I mean, HearHere is like an audio of what we do. We just do the audio with the visual.
Yeah, but they've got it down a little bit better, because we're doing ours on the fly, and
so they're not reading off Wikipedia,
right? This is well thought out.
Well, we're rookies.
What we can do is just we'll ditch the helmet cams, and just have big old Kev do it for us.
Well, but I also
if only,
yeah, he might be with Yellowstone for a little bit,
right?
We'll go up there.
Too bad.
But I think if you look at the drops, we're on our 4th drop this week of this more of a documentary kind of a series, and I think when you hear, those interviews and see that, now we've thought more about it. We've planned it. We're not just kind of going off the cuff and flying down the road and finding cool places, but so we'll seed those. But that's why this app is pretty cool too, because it can do that for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
So,
it's not location based. So
right.
where you go, it travels with you. It's not just one specific route. It's everywhere.
Right.
So we did have a question. Does this app work in Canada?
It does not. No,
Does not. No Canada.
All American road trip. So just
Peter, make your way down here. We'll make it work.
Yeah, right. There's plenty to do.
Any
But
other questions?
at the same time, it's that was kind of the main question there.
Okay.
Everyone else is just saying what's up. But as I'm sure it's a pretty early in the stages of the app. So who knows? A couple of years, Canada might be a deal.
Is there plans to expand it to other countries?
I mean, not as of yet, because we're very focused on, like I said, the all-American road trip. That's what it's kind of been designed for. But maybe eventually, who knows how big things get.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's definitely wonderful roads all over the world, but a lot of the people around the world kind of have this goal in their life to come and ride around or drive around America.
Right.
It's an interesting thing.
And it's so diverse. There's so many different things to do, and every state has its own, cool, unique things. So absolutely. Yeah.
We did just get a comment saying that someone just downloaded it. So
Nice.
boom, we already got one.
And follow us on Instagram.
And is it subscription based? Do you pay by the story?
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's membership based. So you can get a 30-day membership for $30. And then you can also get a year membership for $35.99.
Nice.
we
Hey,
got
we're
another one.
members.
Tango just Tango 165 downloaded the app.
Nice.
Boom.
You're going to love it, Tango.